All right.
They said great, paved the way, changed the rate, release the pain, least you sane, getting paid, trend setting, brighter days, doper rap, tight as that, high and deadly, I'm a fighter jet, Germany.
Women Crush Wednesday. I got Rob K, Muffins Martinez. Now, when Rob had said, oh, because I had asked him, we're getting confetti drops. Yo, bro, you're feeling real popular today.
He knows how to hit buttons now.
Yeah, I said, yo, Rob, I said, we need some topics this week. He said, yo, Akira is going to be doing Bloodsport. I'm like, no, we're done in at Bloodsport. He's like, hold on. We got Janai Kai, the current featherweight champion of MLW, on Bloodsport. I'm like, dope. 3 topics, 3 of our, well, 2 and a possible, right? We got content. Janai Kai, you know what? No, Rob, another Robin mode. You come in, you talk about Janai Kai, Bloodsport, and then I'll kind of jump with the Ikuro one. I'll play the Robin as well here. Everybody's going to have their feel today. So, Batman, please go on your shit.
All right. So, start with the hat. Just because I'm just going to explain Bloodsport real quick to anyone who's not familiar with it, because it is just it is a show just shoved into the collective. Bloodsport is a show run by Josh Barnett as part of the GCW collective. It basically runs, I don't want to say under pure MMA rules, but it is a lot more MMA stylistically than it is professional wrestling. That being said, remember, it is a work. So outcomes predetermined, everything's planned, it's all cool, but it's very, very much MMA inspired. So they really are focusing on knockouts, submissions, a lot of catch wrestling in there. No ropes, go to the floor, everything's supposed to break, don't fight out on the floor. DQs are usually very heavily enforced. They don't happen very often, but like the threat is constantly there.
Unless you're Shayna Baszler, who was feeling away.
Yeah, and but yeah. So that being said, 2 MLW regulars are hopped on this show this past weekend. For this segment, we are focusing on the featherweight champion Janai Kai, who took part in a mini women's tournament within the show itself. 4 women, 1 winner, of course. She got a tough draw in the first round in the form of the problem, Marina Shafir, who, of course, has a lot of real-life MMA experience. Compared to a bunch of the matches, like, this match really didn't stop. There wasn't a whole lot of like, hey, let's feel each other out. Hey, let's roll on the ground for a little bit. Let's do some catch. Like, no, Janai Kai is a kickboxer. She is the kick demon for a reason. Yes, Shafir went for submissions, try to take Kai down, ultimately successful. But Kai really took it to Shafir and showed off to a crowd that, I mean, I assume most of the crowd was familiar with what a Janai Kai was, but for anyone else who wasn't familiar and just happened upon this, really showed off. Like, there's a clip I showed to the guys that, like, I'm pretty surprised actually that Kai didn't win, because she hit almost like the equivalent of her corner kick to Shafir's face, just like in the center of the ring, just big old boot straight to the face and dropped Shafir. But she was moving around enough the ref didn't call it. It was great to see an MLW talent show off on such a large show, because the collective usually has the most eyes on it, especially like I don't want to call it the weird, but just the gimmick shows especially. So Bloodsport's always one of them. Spring Break's another one. Usually have like the most eyes on it, especially in more recent years, because Barnett has actually got in like bigger names such as Jon Moxley. This year had Dolph Ziggler, the former Dolph Ziggler nickname in there as well. So like they bring in names for this, so it was a great opportunity for Janai Kai to show what she could do, which she did. All right, Muffins, what up?
I was going to ask, does this happen regularly or just during regular WrestleMania weekend?
It is usually WrestleMania weekend, but they are doing a special show. I can't remember when, in Bushido, coming up, I think, this summer.
And I think this was number 10, right?
This is the 10th one.
Bloodsport 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been basically once GCW started doing their WrestleMania week shows, like this popped up, and it was originally a Matt Riddle show. Originally, it was Matt Riddle's Bloodsport. I can't remember how many he fronted before he got signed by WWE and Josh Barnett took over.
Okay. Let's do that.
Yeah, no, listen, Janai Kai is a badass, right? We've seen her in MLW. You've seen her on the Independents. But this is an opportunity to actually showcase a different side, like to actually showcase, I'll kick the shit out of somebody. And it's not just going to be like where you slap your thigh and kick someone in the face, right? Like they're demonstrating real skills, real talent. It does, the way they film it feels very real, right? Like it's not MMA, it's not UFC or one of these things where you're trying to really knock the shit out of somebody. But as a wrestling fan watching this is the closest to an MMA thing with wrestling that I've ever seen before. It's done tactically well. It's angled properly. The crowd seems to always be in every match. And like Rob said, it's hard to go after Rob because he completely broke down of how awesome this is for Janai Kai, right? Because let's just say you're not a big fan of the indies and you don't fuck with MLW. You might be like, well, I don't know who Janai Kai is. And if you're sitting at that plate or you're watching this video that's probably gone viral and she kicks this girl's head off, I'm pretty sure you're going to be like, who the fuck is Janai Kai? I want to know. Like, I want to see more. And when you watch this, you're like, damn, this girl is badass. I need more. She's on MLW. She's on an independent. That might be in your local. Who knows? But this is a beautiful opportunity. She, to me, got, if this was an NBA, it was like, and I'm not taking nothing away from Janai Kai. I'm just saying in name value, to me, she went against the number 1 seed and she was the 8th seed. And she almost pulled off the upset. She pushed her to the brink. And this was way closer than even the other girl, I just forgot her name, wanted to go, right? Like, because this could have went easily to Janai Kai. This was a brawl. So, Muffins, I don't know what's left for you, but go ahead.
Dude, the only thing I know about Janai Kai is she's the MLW featherweight champion. That's all I know. From anything I did, I don't know anything about no Bloodsport thing. All I know, I saw just like everybody else when Rob K sent the clip, and on Twitter it was the same 2 clips: the kick to the face, the kick to the side of the head. That was like repeat on repeat all weekend. So that's all I know of Bloodsport.
And listen, and her name being seen that much,
yes.
Her visual is just, it's perfect for her. And listen, it's big for MLW as well, because now anyone that's getting into her, she's the MLW featherweight champion. Come watch me there. You know what I'm saying? Rob, I think we hit everything on that one.
I think so. I think we got it covered.
All right. You know what? For myself, these 2 guys, I hope he doesn't have no balloons, explosions, confetti, and everything else. We're out of here. Deuces.
Deuces.